Alex Castillo asking,
More of a look of concern.
Chuck, how long you've been commentating? I have been a broadcaster
Anymore, man.
No.
for the better part of the
I
last
looked at the stats. I was like,
20 years. I have worked in NFL. I have covered NASCAR. I have covered softball. I've covered ping pong.
oh, thank you so much. Appreciate that.
How much you
And I have covered a lot of poker throughout the years.
All right.
14, right?
That's okay.
10 high flop, 2 clubs out there. Mariano with top pair.
There's no max, but he's only buying 50.
Relax, Dennis. Relax.
Yeah, there's no max though. You can buy whatever you want.
You can buy in for whatever you want. Mariano's going to keep the... he's got the reserves just behind him, ready to go.
Check.
Triple D says, Chuck, who has been your favorite interview thus far? I try to make it sound like I try to frame them as conversations more than interviews. I really want to just drive around with somebody in a car. I've done them for like 6-7 years now. And we've had a lot of good ones. Sean Deeb earlier this year was really, really fun. Jennifer Tilly way back when was a great one. I love that. I've had Joey Ingram in the car twice. The first one with Joey was one of my favorites. Not that the second one wasn't good, but my first one with him, he was just starting to make a name for himself, you know? And I really enjoyed that. I did one with Kara Scott way back when. That was pretty cool. Norman Chad was a good one. I don't know. There have been a lot of fun ones. I've been pretty lucky to get some of the biggest names in the industry in my car. Jerry gonna go nowhere. Mariano's got top pair and he's got the best hand, and he wins this hand 69% of the time. But I don't believe. Kind of a funny raise though, right? I mean, it's such a wet board. Mariano raising here to charge his opponent, and it's just perfect play. I mean, he's ahead. And he's going to do his best to deny his opponent their equity, and at the same time, you know, either charge them for it or deny them. And a lot of players just call here. Mariano kind of knowing where he's at on this wet board, but Jerry's got a pair and the flush draw. He's getting a little bit less than 3-1 plus implied odds. Plus he's in position. I have no inkling as to what he might do, but he's reaching for chips. And Jerry makes the call, 35,000 in the pot. The river's a jack of spades, not a great card for Jerry. I mean, yeah, he's going to have some jack X's of diamonds or jack X of clubs, but I'm not convinced that he would bet that. Obviously, a diamond, a 3, or an ace would be the money cards for him. But you kind of think that maybe he would have turned, like if a club comes off, maybe he uses that to bluff. I'm just not convinced that a bet here gets through. We'll see. I mean, maybe king, queen of clubs or king, queen of diamonds, but it's only 2 combination of hands. Jerry with less than a pot size bet behind. Pair of 3s, not good. And I think he knows that. Just the question, does he want to bluff at it? Some people saying only an all-in would get through. I'm not even convinced that would work. Like, diamonds missed, clubs missed. Queen Jack, like, a Jack is not going to move all in here, so it's just not buyable. Like, maybe Jack 10 of clubs, exactly. But again, we're talking about a very small... Yeah, he gives up.
Thank you.
And like I said, I'm just not convinced Mariano can suss these things out, and I'm not convinced that Mariano would have folded, even to an all-in.
Thank you very much, Mariano.
Thank you.
Auction. 1,000 more. Bump it up. 4,800.
I just recorded my first rap song.
Did you really?
Yeah. So.
Did you talk about
Where'd you get the lyrics?
I didn't really talk about porn, but I did lie a lot in general. Like, I told the guy who helped me write it, I'm like, I need to be talking about snorting perks and shit, like all the cool rapper shit, that I don't actually do.
Yeah.
But I want to, like, I don't want to be rapping like a 40-year-old white guy. I want to be rapping like a cool drill rapper.
You're gonna release?
It's like all the dudes on the podcast, we all rapped and we made this big like cipher thing. It's kind of inspired by the AMP cipher. And Kai Cenat and them.
That's tough.
This is my first time wading into the rapper world. Let me see what that's like.
Dennis the Menace could get himself in a little bit of trouble here. Pod has already got $9,700 in there. He's got a pair of fours on what is a pretty dry board. Mariano, Dennis, both aggressive. Both have a lot of history with each other. I don't think Dennis is going to go away so quickly. That's for sure. Nick Bertucci in the chat. What's up, Nick? How are you, my friend?
Like rapping is so close to
Maybe rapping
talking.
is too similar to talking, so it's hard.
4,200.
Mariano going 4,200 into about 97. Pot now 14,000. Dennis the Menace makes the call. Now 18,000 in there. See if that slows down Mariano a little bit, and it does. Good news for Dennis is the board is scary enough that it slows down Mariano, but also Dennis might just think, hey, I've got showdown value. Do I need to bet this?
So they still only eat at the table here?
If it's
Yeah,
like
only
small,
fruit. You can get like
smaller
fruit
stuff,
at the table, but you can't get a real meal.
I didn't come here to eat fruit.
Dennis is going to fire again. Thought he might check it back.
Over there like a
5,500.
fucking
No,
I don't want to miss,
I don't think Mariano's ever folding this. And in fact, he's just going to go all in. Yeah, I thought
as many as 10.
a little bit of a misstep by Dennis the Menace. I just don't think he's getting a better hand to fold. You know what I mean? I don't think he's getting 9s plus to fold. I don't even think he's getting an 8 to fold. So now it just becomes a question of can he get value from worse?
What about the move where you
And I think it's kind of hard.
away, take a few
You know,
points
I mean, is Mariano gonna
back?
So you can do
I've
that.
done that a
I can
couple
do that.
times.
call 4,000 with Ace King, Ace Queen?
It's a veteran. You can put the food on the rail right there.
Yeah, that works too, yeah.
I would rather eat in peace. Take one round off is nice. Don't worry about it.
And Dennis is going to go with it. I had a feeling this was going to be trouble for Dennis the Menace. They're going to run it twice. $66,000, and this is really bad shape for Dennis.
Ready?
I mean, you're hoping you have 5 outs. Or maybe your opponent's got some sort of draw, and instead you see that he's got you dead to a 4.
Keep 10,000.
Hey, just 29 likes away from Matthew Ehrlich buying 20 Chat Pro memberships. Let's get it there.
Call
Another big pot for Mariano, who is now up over 50K.
50.